There is my 27 MacBook Pro, and I'm very, very happy with it. I'm actually glad now that I got rid of this stupid Retina because I kind of forgot how awesome these things are, where you can just pretty much upgrade anything and, you know, have a normal laptop and not everybody saying, oh, you got a Retina, oh my god. So, um, there's one problem though. It runs Mavericks. Don't get me wrong, I like Mavericks. It runs very well on this computer. I enjoy using it. It does everything I need, but then at the same time, it doesn't because there's this one stupid problem with it, and that is that it doesn't support Microsoft Office 2016. Now, I happen to get Microsoft Office 2016 for free because I'm attending a university and they only give me the latest version for some reason. I mean, not that I need any of their new features, but yeah. And this Office 2016 does not run on Mavericks anymore. It runs perfectly on Yosemite and up, but it doesn't run on Mavericks. Now, what does that mean? Well, since this is a MacBook Pro 3.1, it can run up to El Capitan. And I first thought I'm gonna install Yosemite, but then I actually read into, and people say that El Capitan actually speeds this thing up nicely, and Yosemite drags it a bit down. As you know, this has an SSD and has 4 gigs of RAM, so it should be good with El Capitan. So I will install it now. The thing I'm thinking about is, should I install a clean version, like a whole new install, or should I upgrade? That is the big question. Now, I just set everything up so nice that I can use it because that always takes a little time since I don't like the stock OS 10. So I configured it, installed all the applications, and now I should throw it all out and do it all again. I mean, yeah, but then a clean install might help this old machine a little, and creating a new user account and everything. Just giving it a fresh start is probably the better choice. And if I'm not happy with El Capitan, I can actually go back to Mavericks all the time because I have this particular version. I have this image, so I can always, go back. There we go. It's downloading El Capitan, and I figured I'd just download the whole image again and have a brand new with all the updates instead of using my old El Capitan image, which just has a .0, so it doesn't have the system update. So I figured I can just download it and not having to worry about downloading all this stuff again on the other computer. And it's good. I mean, my internet isn't that shit anymore, so I can live with this. El Capitan is actually the last release that is called Mac OS 10 and not Mac OS, as they just had to rename it for some reason. Okay, we ran into a problem, of course. The USB stick is done and finished, and nothing really went wrong with creating it. But the computer doesn't recognize it for some reason. I mean, it saw it perfectly in the operating system, but it doesn't really recognize it here, so that really sucks. I hope I can kind of make it work because I really want a clean install. I mean, that's why I did it for. Oh, goddamn. Okay, it could be that I formatted it wrong. It could be that I formatted it without the GUID partition table, and that is the thing that is required to make the computer boot. So, I'm gonna do that and create the whole stick again, which takes very long. But yeah. Let's do that, it's such fun. Okay, I really didn't remember doing anything different now than I did last time, but maybe it had some fail in creating it because it did some stuff in the meantime. Shouldn't be the case, but whatever. Now it's gonna do that all by itself, and let's see if it works. And when we're done here, we can try it again, and yeah. And did I say I hate this disk utility? Well, I'm so sad to see this go on that, because that is my computer where it's still the usable disk utility, but they had to fuck that up so big time in El Capitan, I think. So yeah, great. Let's see if it works. Well, yeah, as expected, didn't work. So let's just update that system and be fine with it. And now don't tell me you need like any newer version for it to work, because that would really suck. What? No. 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 It says it's not using the partition table GUID. Well, how the fuck can it start from it then if it doesn't use that? Can you please explain me that? Okay, something is very wrong with the formatting of my SSD, and I can't even, I mean, I need a bootable stick in order to make it work, so if that stupid stick doesn't shine up, I don't know what to do. Fuck you, really. Why? That's really annoying. Okay, it's a good 3 hours later, I'm not shitting you, and this thing just does not want to see any kind of USB. I tried with Yosemite and a different program. I tried it now with DiskMaker X, and still the same. So but for some reason it was showing on this Mac perfectly, so that left me thinking. I mean, there could be two possibilities. First is it just doesn't want to boot from USB, and second is it kind of doesn't like the USB drive. And so I googled, and they told me that some USBs don't work on older Macs such as this, and the operating system I installed on it previously, also via USB Mavericks, I used a different USB. Unfortunately, that one is not here, so I'm currently trying with this. That's a quite old one. It's really slow. It just takes forever and ever to complete. Oh god, incredible. And I really hope DiskMaker X works, because I've had really bad experiences with this program in the past, and at least this works. So yeah, didn't get that far. Kind of spams my NC center here. Don't know why it's doing that, but yeah, at least it shows me some sort of percentage, I guess. So let me try that, and if that doesn't work, I'm just gonna go to sleep and figure it out another time. Oh my god, I honestly didn't think I'd see that today. So let's boot that thing and just hope that it goes well, because if not, I really don't know what to do. I mean, I could try the whole thing again with Yosemite, and but I really don't want to do that. So I hope everything goes right. But from now on, now that it recognizes it, should be straightforward. I will not go through the installation process, since you've seen that already like a million times. Here we go, the El Capitan boot logo, boot loading screen thingy. There we go. And I hope it installs not too long. With the SSD, it should be good. And yeah, then we'll see you when I have this set up, and I can give you some more user review, or how it performs and stuff. So yeah. Okay, it's a couple of days later. I'm doing this at midnight. My sleep schedule is really messed up by now, but whatever. I had a good chance to use this. I only used that for my stuff I had to do, web browsing, creating some projects, um, and writing some documents, and that's what it's supposed to be doing. And I really have to say, I really don't see a problem with it running El Capitan. It runs it very nicely for this old of a computer. Um, as you see, it has all the updates, and I got everything working properly. All the programs run, and it really, to my surprise, I don't see a whole lot of difference than on Mavericks. I was not expecting that. I kept it on Mavericks on purpose because I thought, it's an old computer and Mavericks is not so demanding, but El Capitan does a very nice job of this. Now, a thing I noticed though is that the graphic cards is working a little harder on El Capitan, so I guess it's a little more demanding in that manner, but it wasn't buttery smooth before, so I'm not complaining. It's not a huge deal. It doesn't need to do any graphic intensive tasks, and it's more processor related. And my all my worries are gone with the Core 2 Duo. It's perfectly working. Sure, it's not so fast like a Core i5 or something, but I mean, obviously. But for the stuff I need to do, it's very responsive. This SSD helps out big time. Um, and also, what is very nice is that the RAM usage actually is quite nice. I'm currently running 3 programs. I'm running CLion, Sublime Text, and Activity Monitor. I mean, this is one big and 2 not so big programs. In the background, we run Dropbox and the operating system, and it only consumes about 2.58 gigs of RAM, and that is very, very nice. So I'm not running low with these 4 gigabytes of RAM. I mean, I still have some stuff left to do, like create a document or browse the web or something. So that is also nice. I really thought that the maximum this can take is 6 gigabytes, and that would be perfect. But with these 4 gigs, I'm getting by just fine. And if I run out of RAM, I'll just close some applications and be fine with it. So to conclude this whole thing, my 2007 budget MacBook Pro is working beautifully. It works reliably for now. I'm gonna get into that later, what I mean. The size is okay. It's not so heavy, not so bulky. It runs the applications just fine. It's not too slow. And I can type on it nicely. All good. Now, what I meant by it works for now is some of you guys gave me a little a shocker because you told me that this graphics card these MacBook Pros have is known to be unreliable. And I Googled, and unfortunately you were right. Apple had a problem with a whole bunch of computers, and they had a repairing program and stuff, and oh my god. So yeah, you got me scared there a little bit, but you know what, then I thought, well, yeah, you're right, guys, but then I have a MacBook Pro Retina that is little not so old as this, and it already like totally left me, and I got pissed off, and I just needed a laptop. So I got whatever I could get, and for 90 euros plus the battery and the RAM upgrade and stuff, and the power supply, the goddamn expensive power supply, I think I made a very nice deal. I got a laptop I needed mostly for university, and if this really has this problem with the graphics card one day, which I hope it doesn't, but it could be. It's old and has a lot of usage on it probably. If it has that, maybe I'll repair it with a different main board or something, or I'll just do the whole, story again, because I know that by now, upgrading laptops, because they break. So, yeah. And yes, I wanted actually a Mac. This story would have been way easier with a PC, but I really wanted to go with a Mac. And yeah, so that is the end of this video. Upgrade successful, and it works. And as long as it works, I'm gonna keep it. So see you in the next video, and thank you for watching this unplanned upgrade video number 2. First the computer itself, now the operating system, but everything went fine. El Capitan is actually the last version of OS X that did. Yes, OS X. That's what I wanted to say. Shit. Okay, I really didn't remember doing anything different than now, other than, yeah, whatever. El Capitan is actually the last version of Mac OS X that is called Mac OS. No, it's called Mac OS X, and the later ones are called Mac OS. Why am I even telling you that? I probably don't even care about it.